This is a Blaze Radio at blazeradioonline.com exclusive interview. I am Gannon Hanevold here with rapper Yellopain. He's from Dayton, Ohio, 24 years old. He's just now getting started. How are you doing?
Hey, what's going on, man? I'm happy to be here.
Well, I know this is a big day for you. I got a tough task. I got to follow up Steve Harvey. I understand you just had an interview with Steve Harvey. How'd that go?
Yeah, it was amazing. That was an honor to meet Steve Harvey on the Zoom call. I hope to meet him in real life one day. He was a real nice, down-to-earth guy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I've been watching Family Feud with my family forever, so I can imagine that's quite the experience.
Yeah, most definitely.
Well, I'm seeing you on Zoom right now, and you've got the yellow hair, and your name's Yellopain, and you can see the color yellow in a lot of your album covers. Why is that color so important to you?
Yeah, so yellow is a color that represents happiness, and pain, that represents everything I ever been through. So Yellopain is a happy representation of my pain, just meaning stay strong no matter what you go through. And then the hair is a visual representation of that.
How do you feel like your music's helped you get through that kind of pain through over the years?
Man, music has as long as I can remember, it has been my emotional outlet. Times where I felt like I don't know who I can talk to, I don't know, who to turn to or what to turn to. Music has been that outlet, and that's why it's so transparent now, because a lot of times I'm not even writing to people, I'm writing to myself. It's like a diary.
Yeah, I know it's gotta be satisfying to be able to, put out a record or a single that you feel like is true to yourself. But I know this year you're doing something bigger than just you. You got the new single that came out and music video. That's My Vote Will Count. I know you had My Vote Don't Count that came out earlier this year. And you've got similar verses on there, but this one's got a feature from Seven Streeter. Tell me what happened in 2020 that really changed your perspective and made you really passionate about voter registration.
Yeah, so my cousin, Desiree Timms, who's running for Congress in the 10th District of Ohio, she came to me, and this was like the end of last year. She was like, "Cuz, I want you to make a song about voting." And I had no political background. Like, even to this day, what I'm saying? Like, nobody in my family ever really spoke on voting, until I made this song. And I was like, cuz, I appreciate it, but, I'm not going to make a song about voting. But she explained it to me over the course of a few months, like, this is, she told me how the government worked. And it was a wake up moment that I had, where I was like, wait, cuz, so you mean to tell me that the reason why it's potholes in the street that's not fixed, and the reason why we don't get this much money every 2 weeks on our checks, and et cetera, is because we don't vote? Like, voting is actually an answer to that. Why? And I felt upset with myself. Like, why don't I know this? Why am I just now hearing this from my cousin? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is this not everywhere? Why didn't I learn this in school? But not just learning in school, because you learn the basis of it, but why wasn't it really stressed as like the most important subject in school? Like, why is that not something that everybody knows? And I felt, now that I have this information, I will be a fool to not make sure that everybody in my community had that same type of wake up moment I had.
Well, in this new song of yours, it's pretty educational, and I think for some people, it's kind of a learning experience to realize it's not all about the presidential election. You've got all these local elections that are coming up too, and I know that you've been out in communities and you're out trying to rally people to get out there and make their voice heard. What has that experience been like, going out and hearing the voices of people in your local communities? I'm sure you've been around Dayton quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm just, I'm running into a lot of me's, you know what I mean? And when I say that, it's like, I recently wasn't that interested in voting whatsoever. It was really nothing you could tell me that would make me think that the system worked for me. So, running into myself over and over, it's disheartening, but at the same time, it's actually like a good feeling, because I know, hey, I have the opportunity to really teach somebody, the importance of being active, in government, and just active, and actually changing your mind and your community through something, a system that's already set in place for us to be able to do it. So I've been happy. I went back to my city probably a few days ago, October 5th. That was the last day to register to vote in Ohio. And I went up there, I hit the streets, I went to all of the neighborhoods, different ones that I lived in, and low income neighborhoods where people might not feel like voting, affects their lives. And I went and talked to a lot of people, and I got a lot of people to register. So I'm excited.
Well, we are a college radio station at one of the biggest colleges in the country. And so I know the young vote, that's a very important demographic that people want to make sure they hit. So what's your pitch, Yellopain? What's your pitch to college students to make sure they get out there and vote?
It's a part of the song where I said, imagine life on the other side. Roads better, schools better, everybody get their license back, grocery store food better, custody of your kids back, homeless people get new shelters. If we're gonna fix the US, we gotta start with them 2 letters. And I'm basically saying, man, it's like, we don't understand that there are so many different things in our everyday lives that voting affects. And I'm not talking about just the president, I'm talking about the Congress, the judges. We're hurting ourselves because there are going to be people every election that show up to vote. That's inevitable. There are people that are passionate about voting, and those people are showing up and voting in their favor. If you want something to change in your community, in your personal life, then you have to vote in your favor. If not, then it can't possibly change. So, that's what I got to say. Hopefully that helps somebody feel like, okay, I get it now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know your platform's kind of grown a little bit this year. I know you got a chance to appear at the Democratic National Convention, and there was the little pre-virtual show, and there were some big names on that lineup. You've got Black Thought, Barack Obama, LL Cool J. What's it like seeing your name on a flyer with all those other names next to it?
No, it really goes to just to show like it's moving a little out of voting, but just being authentic to yourself and just going hard that, anything is possible. When I saw the flyer, that was like, I think the first time I really saw my name just in conjunction with so many great people. And that was a day for me.
I can imagine. And there's some real legends on that list. Like I said, you've got the likes of LL Cool J, T.I., Rhapsody, all these really big name artists in the hip hop community and beyond. Who do you think are your idols right now in the hip hop world, living or dead, I guess?
My idols, to be honest, I'm a real student of the game. Like, to be honest, like hip hop is a culture that's bred from people who come from little to no resources and are able to use music to get to a place in life where they have financial prosperity. And that's amazing, to even just see anybody doing that through music is crazy. So I'm a student of the game. I love it. But my favorite rapper is Meek Mill. That's like, like my Before I Die, I got to do a song with Meek Mill. But just in general, I'm a student of the game, and I love hip hop.
I love that you said Meek Mill, man. I think his Championships album back in 2018 might have been one of my favorite rap albums the last 5 years.
Yeah, me too. That's a fact.
You got a favorite song on there?
Man, I love Meek Mill, man. This is everything.
I put you on the spot a little bit.
Facts.
Well, I'm sure you got more goals even beyond this. I'm sure once the election passes, you'll be able to settle back into putting out, songs, albums, like you were. Yeah, you've been putting out music for the last few years now. What do you think is the next step for Yellopain after this election passes, and you can kind of see how your voter registration push works out?
Yeah, I'm gonna be putting out a project real soon. It's gonna be called Yellow is the New Black. So just be on the lookout for that. You know what I'm saying? We turning it up.
That's exciting, man. What do you think is your biggest goal over the course of the next 3 or 4 years?
My biggest goal over the next 3 or 4 years, to be honest, I live in a moment. I'm just excited to even be able to say that my dreams are unfolding in front of me. I have a lot of personal goals for my community. I want to inspire people where I'm from to to see that it's a possibility that you can really make it out of here, and not in a small way, but in a real way. And we can, really change our community. In the music world, I want people to understand that I can do so much. My favorite artist of all time, not just rapper, but artist of all time is Taylor Swift. So I feel like, yeah, before I die, I got to do a song with Taylor Swift. So that's another one of my goals, and hopefully I can make that happen.
That's amazing, man. I did not expect you to say Taylor Swift.
A lot of people don't.
Hey, she's done it before. She's collaborated with B.O.B. and Kendrick Lamar, so I'm sure if your trajectory keeps going up, you've got a shot to collaborate with Taylor Swift one day. Hopefully she gets a chance to see this.
Yeah, most definitely. I hope so.
I'm going to bring it full circle for a second. I know you said your name, Yellopain, it represents, you've got yellow, which is the color of happiness, and you've got pain, which is everything you've gone through. Say someone's listening to this right now and they're going through a lot and they feel like they can't get out of there. What's your advice for helping them get to a place where they're feeling yellow?
I like that. Get them to a place where they're feeling yellow. I just, it's really hard to tell people, give people positive encouragement when they're feeling all the way down. Like, it's like sometimes you don't even want to hear nothing. But at the end of the day, you're still breathing. There's still breath in your body, and you got another chance. Tomorrow is a new opportunity. And the only real result in consistency and hard work is success. That's the only thing that can come from not giving up is positivity. So even though it might seem hard at first, I lived through so many situations, and people around me have lived through so many situations that they have made it through just by not giving up. So just, man, don't give up.
Well, that's great advice, and I hope somebody hears it that needs it right now. I'm Gannon Hanevold here with Blaze Radio at blazeradioonline.com alongside Yellopain. Check out his new single, My Vote Will Count. Watch the music video. It's quite educational. I know I enjoyed it. It's something that I think a lot of people need to hear. And any parting words from you, Yellopain?
Man, make sure if it's not too late, make sure y'all go register to vote, and make sure y'all vote in the election coming up.